2 people are dead, 3 others wounded after an attacker drove a car into people outside a synagogue in northern England today. The suspect then began stabbing people before police shot and killed him.
As soon as I heard shots, I did say, oh my God, that are shots.
Yeah.
Then we heard plenty of sirens.
We heard bang, bang, and then we heard the helicopters, we heard the sirens. But you hear sirens every day because we're around the corner from the hospital, so you kind of hear it every day. It's an everyday thing, you're hearing the siren. And then we thought maybe God forbid it'd be a suicidal because we're right near the forest. But then we heard it was gunshot and there'd been a terrorist attack in the synagogue.
The attack happened on Yom Kippur, the holiest day in the Jewish calendar. Police are calling it an act of terrorism. Prime Minister Keir Starmer is deploying additional police to synagogues across the UK. Scripps News International correspondent John Bever has details.
It was just after 9:30 on Thursday morning, local time, that police received a call saying somebody had driven their car into people outside a synagogue in the northern area of Manchester, up in northwest England. The police responded very quickly to the scene, and it was just 7 minutes between receiving that first call to when armed officers opened fire and killed the attacker. As well as the car being used, the attacker then got out of his car and used a knife as well to attack people. He was seen trying to get into a building believed to be the synagogue as well, but that, it appears, was locked, which certainly some people believe has prevented this from becoming incredibly serious. What we do know, though, is that 2 people have died in the attack, and a 3rd person, the attacker themselves, was shot dead by police. They weren't able to move into the area where the attacker was directly after he was shot because there were suspicious items found on his person. So the bomb squad had to be called in, and a couple of hours later a controlled explosion was heard, making the area safe. Sir Keir Starmer, the Prime Minister, has expressed his condolences to those affected by this and has said the fact it took place on Yom Kippur, the holiest day in the Jewish calendar, makes this even more horrific. He's chairing an emergency meeting on the situation. We've also heard from King Charles expressing his sadness to the victims and the victims' families, as well as his thanks to the first responders. What we've also heard as well is that security has been stepped up at synagogues across the UK, just as an extra layer of security, whilst police continue to investigate what happened up in Manchester and the motives of the believed attacker as well. So all of that going on as people of the Jewish faith and more widely try and digest what's happened here in this horrific attack that's taken place up in Manchester in northwest England. John Beaver, Scripps News Group in the UK.